I tell you what, I shocked myself. If I actually post this, it will be impressive. Because I'm like in bed, no makeup, like ready to crash, and I'm thinking, here I go again. But anyway, I was just reading. I'm reading Numbers right now. I'm in chapter 21, and I'm like so tired tonight. And I'm like, Holy Spirit, just give me what you got for me tonight, because I ain't got no time to dig. Like, that's terrible. But I just shot up this arrow prayer that was like, Spirit, just show me what you got, for me. I got through the first paragraph, had to stop. Got through the second paragraph, had to stop. I haven't made it further than that. The first paragraph is talking about the Israelites, how they were getting ready to pass by, I believe, where the Canaanites were, and they basically made a vow to God. They were like, God, if you give us victory over these people, we will utterly destroy them, in your name, kind of thing. And he was like, and he granted them favor, and he granted them favor in their vow. And I started thinking about the weight of a vow, and I've had major life lesson regarding vows and how serious they are and all of that. And I started thinking about how much favor comes with a vow that is his will for you, like how much favor came for the Israelites in utterly destroying the Canaanites. And then, like, I was thinking about my own life and how much famine can come in a vow that is not his perfect will for you, and the pain of that, and just the weight of a vow. And I was like, oh man, and anytime I think about that, I gotta really stop and just, the weight of a vow. And then I get to the second paragraph, and he's talking about how, right before I started reading, I heard the Spirit say, put your name in, insert your name. And I'm like, okay. So he's talking about how, after they conquered the Canaanites, then they set out on the way through the Red Sea, and they go through Edom, but blah, blah, blah. But the people grew impatient on the way. And I was like, oh. Anytime I hear impatient, it's like a dagger to my heart, because I know that it's one of my failures. I'm an impatient person. I'm not going to speak that as truth. I'm not going to say I am an impatient person. I'm going to say historically I have been an impatient person. I have the capacity to change, and it's just something that I'm always working on. But anyway, so it was like the people became impatient on the way. Like, he had a route for them, he had a plan for them, but they became impatient, and they started grumbling, and they started despising the manna that he had given him, and they were complaining. And I was thinking, what is the manna in my life that I'm despising right now? And you know what? It goes back, he's just so good. And this it might not even make sense to you, and it doesn't have to. I'm just sharing it because dadgummit. Every now and then I get this inkling in the Spirit, and I'm like, okay, then I'll share this. Here are the things that I'm despising. I've been home for exactly a year now, recovering from this health crash I had last year and all this stuff, and it's been a very interesting year. He gave me a job, I've talked about that before, that is manna for me. It is a provision, it is a blessing, it is what he has for me to sustain me, to strengthen me, to give me what I need, resources to go forward. And then living, right now I live at home, you know what I mean? I live in my mom's home. 43, dude, that's humbling, but I live at home, and that is a blessing. A lot of people can't go home. They don't have a place that they could fall back on, and I'm abundantly blessed in that way. My brother is an incredible covering for me and provider. I am so blessed in him, and my mother, the same thing. But it's not my home. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm constantly looking around going, oh, I'd change this, or I'm not comfortable with that, or whatever. You know how we are. But anyway, that is manna in my life. These are blessings in my life that I have despised. I didn't think of it like that. I didn't think of that I'm despising those things, but I have been. So anyway, I didn't get past the second paragraph, and I'm like just chilling and repenting, and I'm like, Lord, forgive me for the manna in my life that I have despised. I look at the Israelites and I go, man, shame on them. But you know what? Shame on me. But when we know better, we do better.